Oh, I forgot. I still had it on. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting. Well, that was an interesting way to start the stream. My own incompetence makes me laugh, so somebody's got to laugh at it. So I hope you're all having a wonderful evening and Saturday. We are hanging out. This is my whatever report where I ramble and talk about random stuff for an hour or so, and you guys hang out with me, and I always appreciate it. We had a few people hanging out early tailgate. GTT was in here tailgating early. Gordon was here right on time, and he is here now. Welcome, Gordon. How are you? And my man Magic Lasso is in the house. What is going on, Lasso? I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday and wonderful evening. We're here. I don't know. I have way less stuff on my agenda to talk about tonight than I've had for the last few weeks. It's a little weird. This is going to be one of those where I really do ramble for an hour. So we're going to be leaving a lot up to you guys to help keep me focused or give me something, not focused, just give me something to talk about. Let's get into our usual, though, segments here. What are we drinking tonight? We are super boring tonight because we just got water. My stomach decided, bourbon was probably not a good idea tonight. So, hashtag Wonder Woman for Ryan, hashtag Get Costa for JB. I mean, sure, why not? Sure, why not? We're hanging out. So nothing interesting to drink tonight. No fun. Just we're boring water people tonight. So that means we'll just keep moving. We will jump right into whatever is coming up on the channel. So channel stuff. Yeah, let's dig into that for a few minutes. Well, first of all, whatever's coming on the channel is what we're doing tonight. Here in a little bit. After this segment, we will probably do the first spin, and then later we'll do the last spin. But we are doing our monthly giveaway tonight. For channel members, so you have to basically spin at the end of the show if you want to become a channel member. But channel members, I'm giving away a hard copy of Catwoman Lonely City and a hardcover copy of that, and the first 2 issues of Jim Ballard's 90s Catwoman run. Is going to be the giveaway this month. So we, in March, got over the minimum to cover StreamYard. So with StreamYard covered with my members, I'm giving it away. I'm doing a giveaway. Right now, it looks like we're going to get over the minimum again in April. Mostly thanks to John and his gifted memberships, but, that works just as well. Not mostly, but that been the difference between getting there and not for the last 2 months. We'll do the giveaway here in a little bit. The way I'm doing the giveaway is I'm following John's pattern, the way he does it with his. If you are my lowest tier, the Robin tier members, you get a chance. We will spin that wheel. Since I only have 3, one of them, I will spin the wheel with the 3 of them. One of them will get bumped into the main drawing. Titan tier members get automatically in the main drawing, and then Nightwing tier members get 2 chances in the main drawing. So let's show my members real quick. We got a few more right now at the moment. But some of those are expiring. So we'll see if any of them stay with me. But were gifted memberships from John from last month. So we may go right back down. But we got a few more than we had. So we appreciate all those members. You had to be here, had to be watching to even get a gifted membership. So I still appreciate you. So lots of great folks. So all of them will have a chance tonight to win. What is ambush bug level? Since I don't have an ambush bug level, I don't know. That's got to be a level on somebody else's channel, a membership on someone else's channel, I'm guessing. So I am guessing that's what that is. So we'll be doing the giveaway here in just a few minutes. Other stuff coming up on the channel. not on my channel, but tomorrow night we will be hanging out over on Whitewell Comics channel playing D&D, Gordon. At least as of right now, that is the plan. We took last week off because of Easter, but and WrestleMania. I think it was more because of WrestleMania for Alec, but and then but we should be back this week, and I think we're gonna have a full allotment, a full crew for the first time in a while. So we got that going on tomorrow. Monday, I should be back. We're supposedly, but we haven't figured out what we need to figure out yet in order to advance to the end. So yeah, I'm not sure. And the cat is making all kinds of noise in the next room, jumping up on top of stuff she probably should be up on top of. And then Monday, I will be back with, we'll be here on my channel. Me and Marcus will be doing a little cash or trash on Monday night. As always, I'm not supposed to mention this channel that you're not. Did I do something? I'm missing something there, but so cash or trash on Monday. On Wednesday, we'll get into that in a minute. Wednesday, I'll be over on John's Comics for Kids. We'll be talking about another omnibus that two of us have read. And then Thursday, I believe Thursday is going to become my target night for my other. So I'm trying to do, you guys noticed the last month or so, I'm trying to do another like pre-recorded video every week. What it's going to be about is going to change and vary and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to try to do another pre-recorded video every week. Thursday, I think, is going to be the night for that. This week, I'm trying something that people have asked for. It's going to be in a little different format than what people have asked for. It's kind of a bit of an expansion on my look back stuff. Basically, I've been asked from the beginning because I do a 6-month look back. And that look back has Tom King. Yeah, we need to just get a chat going and discuss when we want to do that. So whom? Hey, Sinner, what is going on, sir? So I do the 6-month look back on Saturdays. And the reason I chose that long time ago, people have often asked me why I do 6 months and I don't do anything more. And it's like, well, I don't have the time to do any other time periods. And the 6 month I always thought was good because it was long enough that you can actually see things change. But it was also short enough to drive home the point that a lot of these waves that we ride are very short-lived. So I felt like it's a really good time frame for doing it, but I've often been asked to do, well, what happened 2 years later? What happened 3 years later? What happened, and what happened a year later? So we're going to try something. Hey, Blue Collar Dan, what is going on? We're going to try something. A once a month look back from 4 years ago. And what I'm going to do is, and you guys will see how it works this week. I will want feedback. Tell me what you like, what you don't, because it's going to be a very similar format to the weekly show. But, and I'm looking 4 years back because that's as far as my spreadsheets go. I wasn't doing it electronically, or a spreadsheet and have it saved until like fall of 20. So like 4.5 years ago. So to do April, I only can go back to 4 years. And I think I'm just going to start there. Seems like a good time. And there were 5 Fridays in April of that year, which means there's 5 CBSI lists, 5 Tom videos in that month. I looked through those lists. I've pulled books I think either have interest right now or were some of the bigger ones or more interesting ones then. And we're going to look back 4 years later. We were going to talk about what they were then, what they were now. So we will see if it, we'll see what people think and if they like it or not. But my thought is that maybe one of my weekly videos I do every month, it'll be like the last week of the month. That's not the standard look back. My goal is to do like that. A Let's Collect every month. And then everything else will vary. So that's where I'm thinking. I'm disappointing people are disappointing us too. It's only 6 issues, but I haven't read Well, the first issue was a mess, and I've heard the second issue was more so. So, but I haven't read the second issue. I don't have it yet. So we will get in that. So that's what's coming up on the channel this week. It's different. So yeah, we'll be hanging out with John on Wednesday talking it's right here. The Batwoman Omnibus. And then Thursday I will put out that other new video. Hey Nerdy Geek, what is happening, sir? Hey Daymare. So with that, let's do our first narrowing down of our Robin tier. One of them will get bumped into the tier to win the giveaway tonight. So let's do that real quick. So let me add that to the screen. Make myself a little bigger here. Oh, that's too big. I don't like that one. Let's go with that one. So yeah, I only have 3 Robin tier folks. My man Bear Island, Old Wolf, and Monty Ray are all at my Robin tier. I appreciate them greatly. But we're going to shuffle them 3 times. Just 3 of them. We'll shuffle them 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, we're going to see, we're going to click the spin, see who gets bumped to the main giveaway, which we'll do a little later in the show. That don't advance are Jason Dodds. That is correct. They are Jason Dodds. They are Jason Dodds. So. So we are going to close this. We can remove that from here. And yeah, so Bear Island will get added to the other wheel, which I will do later. Do that right now so I don't forget later. And yeah, so make sure he's actually on there. Yeah, he is. Okay. So yeah, we'll do the actual giveaway a little later. So yeah, we'll take that Bear Island. Oh, forgot to move myself back to big. So he might take it. We got, he is now in the big giveaway for members from last month. So that we're going to do here in just a little bit. So that's what's coming up on the channel. Let's move into what do we pick up this week? Nada. Nothing came. Last week was a week where I actually got my comics from Midtown on time. So did that last week. I didn't buy anything else this week. It's at the end of the month. I haven't had anything else come in since you guys saw me last Saturday. So yeah, no pickups. No pickups. What are we reading? The only thing I really read this week was this Batwoman Omni, which I finished. That John and I are going to talk about on Wednesday. I will say very briefly, I'd heard really good things about this Omni. I know this run ended somewhat controversial as where the writers, J.H. Williams, Greg Rucka, and where they wanted this to go, DC basically was like, no, and they said, fine, we're done. And they walked off the book, and DC's really never found. And basically they were going to have her and Maggie Sawyer get married. DC said no. They walked off the book, and they've never really had a successful run on Batwoman since, which really sucks because the character is really I really enjoyed this. I had not read any of her stuff. I really enjoyed this. This was excellent. But we will get to dig into the details on Wednesday with John over on his channel. What if he doesn't finish his reading? Well, I told him then we may have to postpone. I told him because he hadn't really read very much of it. We set Wednesday as the date. I talked to him after I gave him a hard time on his show this morning. Because if you're in there, I was in the chat. I was like, we're supposed to be done by Wednesday. You haven't started it. And I was giving him crap. But we talked afterward, and I was like, dude, if you don't have time, don't worry about it. We'll do it later. It's not a big deal. Because I had finished it this morning, right before he went live, and he was like, no, I'll finish it. So we'll see. Maybe if he gets it finished, it'll be no big deal. But if he doesn't, well, we'll adjust. But the 3 of us should probably talk about doing that other discussion that we wanted to do. Any reason you chose my Midtown over my comic shop? Not really. I found Midtown's website's pretty easy to use. I basically, when I lost my LCS 3+ years ago now, going on 4 years ago, it seems like it's been a while. I was just looking for something I'd heard a few different ones. Midtown was the first one I tried. I decided to try them. I've had pretty good, up until the last few months, I've had really good luck with it being shipped every 2 weeks. I've only ever had one box of books that was damaged in the 3+ years. And that was literally one book. And it was because it was an oversized book. It was bigger than the others. All the others were fine in that box. It was the only one that got damaged. They give a pretty good discount when you pre-order, because I end up pre-ordering like the 2 months in advance or whatever. I do the pre-order, so I get a pretty good discount. I've thought about trying to maybe support some other like smaller stuff. Some people have made some suggestions. At this point, it's more inertia that keeps me there than anything else. I've bought from my comic shop, but that's like specific books and stuff, and I've never like tried to make new orders from them. So yeah. Let me guess they wanted to go a different direction. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but sure. Westfield Comics doesn't get the respect they deserve. They've been doing the mail order since the 80s. See, and like if you guys told me that like there was something like a smaller that I should maybe support more than Midtown, I wouldn't be afraid to look at it. But I've already ordered my April pre-orders for June. Are already ordered, so because they were due already, or they're due. Yeah, they were due this already, so I've already ordered April for June. So I don't know. It's just the way I've been doing it. I don't know that it's the right thing, Alan, but it's so far I've had pretty good luck with them. So I've just continued to stay there. I haven't had many complaints. So I would say the only complaint I really have is the bags and boards they send are pretty cheap. Like they're the low end bag and boards, but they do at least provide a bag and board. So from that standpoint, I mean they're the low end cheapies, but they're at least. And sometimes I've had to immediately replace them because they've ripped and that kind of stuff. But I don't know that that's any different than what you'd have anywhere else. So, yeah. So it's worked pretty well. I haven't had any real complaints, so I've just kept doing it. So, all right. I will say the one thing is I don't find like if I wanted to try to order an incentive, they don't make that like you can't really pre-order that, and then trying to mix like an order of if there's something I want to go back and try to get. Most of the time, I just end up ordering that from somewhere else. So, just because it kind of gets complicated. Yeah. So that's what we're reading, I guess. I mean, like I said, it's Bad One. We're going to talk about it Wednesday. In terms of my novel reading, I kind of like after I finished the book we talked about last Saturday, I had to catch up and read Fear Agent for an indie show. I had to do 100 Bullets for an indie show, and then I had to read this whole Omni. So I haven't actually dove in. I didn't until today dive into another book, and it's a history book, so it's not a novel. But so I didn't. So yeah, my other reading, I'm only like 50 pages in. So it was a history book. So there you go. I mean, I'll probably talk about it next week, but yeah, I'm not far enough into it to discuss it. No, this is it's a Doris Kearns Goodwin book, Leadership in Turbulent Times, and she's talking about like she's done books on the Roosevelts, on Lincoln, on Lyndon Johnson over the years. So she's like this book kind of is talking about Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and Lyndon B. Johnson, like during, like basically their younger days as they were becoming politicians, and like the things that made them find how, that guided how the types of leaders they became, you know, things that setbacks during their lives, and then like their actual ascendance to the presidency. So I don't know. It seems like it's a book I've had for a while. I just hadn't had a chance to read it. So I've already read that History of Beaver books. Your name is Eddie. Okay. Is this a reference to something related to like, was that Leader of the Beaver? Was the one of the characters Eddie? I don't know. I don't know where you're going with that. I'm very confused. But I appreciate you being here and confusing me. Oh, Because I have an Eddie Bauer shirt on. Okay, I see. Yes. Okay. Now I got it. See, I'm slow. I am slow on uptake as always. I would say this is new, but there's nothing new. So, what are we watching? I watched the draft the last couple of days. I have been watching some baseball on the. I have not. I'm bad. I haven't started any of the shows that I was supposed to start. I haven't started Daredevil. I haven't started Reacher. I haven't started Andor. I'm pathetic. I don't know. I've been reading and doing other stuff, and yeah. So I'm not good. I'm not good about watching TV shows. I'm not. I'm never gonna get caught up ever. I just fall further and further back. We'll say we talked last week. So yeah, I think we're ready for whatever you guys want to talk about. We're not ready. I'm not going to do the giveaway just yet. So we'll do the giveaway here about 40 minutes into the stream. We'll do the giveaway. So for all the members, a reminder of who the folks that are on that list. My thank you to my members. These are all the folks that are members or were gifted members last month. Bear Island was the one person from Robin Tier that got bumped into the giveaway a while ago. And then, yeah, Daymers and He Remains both have 2 entries. So thanks to all these folks, even the ones that John gifted memberships to, because without you being here, you wouldn't have got gifted anything. So we will do that giveaway like in 20 minutes or so, sometime a little before we're going to wrap it up, but not right at the end, but we'll save it mostly to the end. And yeah, we'll get that out. So, but yeah, at this point, we're kind of whatever you guys want to talk about. You guys, anything of interest that's going on, anything. So I'm curious. I did the, I'm waiting for you guys to give me something in chat. I am curious. Obviously, I dropped the Let's Collect Mary Jane this week. It's got a pretty decent view, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I have a backpack on. It makes me look like I have a backpack. Oh, because of the black. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, it does look. It does look. That's interesting. I do. I go everywhere with my backpack. I mean, that's not whatever you guys want to talk about that I was expecting, but sure. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, I put that out this week. I'm curious if there's any of those, like I did a couple of different videos on Catwoman last month, which was why the theme for the giveaway was Catwoman related. I'm curious what you guys think of these second videos. They haven't got huge views, but they've got decent views. Obviously, the Let's Collect is something I'm going to continue to do. Do you guys want to see me try to do more like history stuff? Do you want to see what do you guys want, or do you care? Stop. Okay. No one should stop. I am an open target. As long as it's a good-natured fun, I'm okay. So, do I own Avengers 83 First Valkyrie? Although it's Enchantress, First Lady Liberated. I do not. No, I did not know. But I know that First Enchantress, which is the Journey into Mystery, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's a book that I've thought about putting on my list a few times. The First Valkyrie one I've never put on my list. Yeah, those are not books that have ever made it kind of on the high enough on they're books that I'm like, oh, that would be interesting, but they've never made it to like, oh, I'm going to pursue that book. You know what I mean? So, but obviously, like in my whole collecting female first appearances and stuff, they would both fit right in with that effort. It's just, yeah, those are not books that have ever made it high enough on made it high enough on the list for me to go after them. So yeah. So when's the first Brunhilde then? If it's Enchantress, I don't think I knew that the first Valkyrie was Enchantress. So when does she? And then Brunhilde, am I wrong? Am I screwing that up? I might be screwing that up. I think that's right. The actual Valkyrie. When is the first actual Valkyrie then? If that's not it. But so yeah. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys what you want to see. Was the history thing fun that I did? I've done a couple of those. I did the Donna Troy. Is it the one we know either? Second Valkyrie is the one we know either. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's what the Defender's for. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you are late or early. Late, I guess, very late. But I'm glad you're here, David. I appreciate you joining from Ireland. That is awesome. That is cool. So I hopefully make it worth your while that you're still up. So I'm really rambling tonight because I didn't really have much to talk about. Like, this is my weekly discussion of reading and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't really have that much go on this week. So we're into the whatever you guys want to talk about portion. So if you got questions you want to ask me, books you want to talk about, whatever, let's hear it. So sorry, the cat came up and she sat next to me. So oh geez, Lasso. It's 2:30. Always enjoying your show. Wow. I appreciate you. That is awesome. I'm old. I don't see 2:30 very often anymore. 2:30 is not something that's been on my radar for a while. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Lasso, don't scare him away. Where's Andor filmed? Is it in Ireland? I don't know. I don't know where they're filming that. All right. Well, you guys aren't telling me that my videos are the new pre-recorded stuff's good or bad or what you want from it. So we'll move on. What else is going on that I can ramble about for a little bit? So yeah, Gordon talked about Hush. That appears to be bombing. Let's assume he was talking about the judge. usually. Damaris likes the history videos. Okay. Love, can you build a bridge? Love can build a bridge. I don't even know what to do with you sometimes, Lasso. I appreciate you, but I don't know what to do. When Dr. Doom is on fire, what do we got on him subject book-wise? Well, I did do a Let's Collect on him a couple of years ago. So there is a Let's Collect in the playlist on Dr. Doom that has key comics, important stories back then. Obviously, there's been stuff since. It's a couple of years old, and fun covers for him. So there is a Dr. Doom Let's Collect. I didn't really do a history stuff. I know if you're super interested, John and Stu did their read-through of the Dr. Doom Omnibus, the Book of Doom, that had and they broke it into 4 parts, comics from the 60s, they did the 70s, they did the 80s, 90s, which is basically what that omnibus was. It was all, up through all the Doom, most of the Doom stuff up through the 90s. So yeah, if you're super interested in that, but Blue Collar Dan enjoys the Let's Collect. So technically, I'm supposed to ask my members, do a poll, but technically, here's a question. I have, to this point, tried very hard to rotate the Let's Collect of doing DC male character, DC Marvel male character, DC female, Marvel female, non-DC Marvel character or series. Do you guys care about that, or you just do stuff? Do you like to see me mix it up? Do you just put out characters that you want to see and you don't really care? I've tried to give a variety. Next up would technically be non-DC and Marvel. Daymares and He Who Remains technically get to carry the most weight on that, but as being at Nightwing tier members. But yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I'll be honest. I've previously done Vampirella and Red Sonja and Usagi Yojimbo and Invincible and Spawn. So yeah, for May, I'm not sure where I'm going. It should be, let's do the originals. A vanity short box. What character or cover would you choose? A vanity short box. You mean like? I'm not sure what you mean. Like like a decorative one. I mean, I have a bunch of decorative ones. I'm not sure what you're saying there. And I enjoy all the videos of Dazzler right now. I have thought about doing like an artist thing. I had considered that, or a writer or something, and I haven't ever followed through on it. I'd be curious to see maybe I'll do a poll and open that wider, who you guys would be interested in if I did that. One they've never made. Well, yeah, I don't have a Nightwing box. So, yeah, I don't have a Batgirl specific box. So, yeah, there you go. That's pretty easy. Daymares likes to mix up, but doesn't need to be back and forth. I honestly watch them all, not picky, as long as it isn't any more Dazzler. I haven't done a Dazzler yet, so I like that. Gore, what is going on, sir? He's been reading Lake Hare novel in the George Smiley series. Nice Cold War stories. Last night I watched Gladiator 2, which made me ask what happened to Ridley Scott for watching the sequel. Oh, okay. I have not heard. I heard okay things about Gladiator 2. Not like rave reviews. Clearly that it wasn't as good as the original, but not that it was bad. But I have not seen it yet. So, okay. Interesting, Gore. Interesting. Evening. Resume pass out from Damer's comment. And then resume pass out. Okay. Poor Lasso. See, Lasso's been picking on me, and now he's getting picked on. So that's what happens, Lasso. That's what happens. Oh, I didn't realize I had so much glare going on back there on the first Gene Foster. Providing some glare. It's watchable, but definitely a few eye roll moments. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got some. I get the glare. More. Get most of the glare off. Most of the glare. Miss Cat, look out. Yeah. So I really I'm so we talked about this earlier. I'm so far behind on any of my watching of anything, but movies or TV shows. I don't know. I find I'm mostly just reading lately. And even this last week, I didn't read a ton. So I did a lot of watching YouTube stuff this week, honestly. So watched a lot of YouTube stuff. Somebody's video on a 5-year quest to find a book. I don't know who that guy was, and some bunch of other stuff. So, but yeah. Okay. It sounds like you guys are interested. I might put some thought into that, the artist thing. I may not do that for May. We'll see. I'll put some thought into it. I will. And then I do need to poll Daymares and He Remains as my Nightwing tier members. They get a chance to contribute to that. So see what they want. I've watched a little bit of basketball this week too. Not a ton, but a little bit. Whoa. And then I spent the last 2 nights, I watched the draft. So, and then flipped to basketball and then watched the draft and stuff. So, yeah. So I get that. And then I watched this morning I watched 3 hours of 5th grader basketball. Is he 5th grade? No, 4th grade, 5th grade. Heck, I'm not even sure. It's a good question. My nephew's playing. So my sister's been videoing But actually, my niece was videoing the last one. I don't know if she did it again this weekend. Last weekend she did it. So he's been playing ball on the weekends, and he's on a league team and stuff. And they've been playing every weekend, and he's coming around. So I did see the end of the Denver game. That was crazy. I should rephrase that. I did not see it. I saw the clips. I was doing something else and getting ready for this. The tip in, dunk in at the buzzer. Yes, that was nuts. I did not think when they showed it, like I saw the video online, like initially, I was like, no way he got that off until like the replay. I did not think they got that off. So, reread Jamie Delano's Foundation Hellblazer stories. I've read the entire 300 Vertigo run, and Delane's remains his favorite. Nice. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool, Gordon. I have never read much Constantine and stuff. I do have in my stack of omnis to read, I do have Justice League Dark from the New 52, which I heard good things about, but it was not the original Hellblazer run by any means. So yeah, that's not a run I've read. I should ask, like we got so normally Pistons Clippers lost. By goaltending not called. Yeah, I saw that call too. That was weird. That was weird that got through like that. So normally end of April would be where I would switch seasons on the indie show. And I've enjoyed doing the indie show a lot over the last few years. This last year though, I didn't really do very many episodes. I think we're only on like episode 15 or something at this point. So I've decided I only got 2 series going at the moment, Fear Agent and 100 Bullets. So I'm not going to roll a season over. I'm just going to finish those 2, and then we'll figure it out. I may not even do the whole season things like I've done before. And just as I get stuff to read. I should ask, though, what you guys want me to do next. I got, like, Department of Truth over there. I got Rare Flavors. I got Traveling to Mars. Those are all short one-shot stuff. I don't really have any longer series. I got Philadelphia. I need to dive back into Philadelphia. I got 2 volumes of Philadelphia. I need to get John and them on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I think John and I are either going to do. We haven't talked about what Omni we're going to do next. After we talk Batwoman this week, we obviously got a Perez Wonder Woman to do with Lasso at some point. I do have the second Omni, Bendis Daredevil Omni, sitting over there. I got like Gotham Central Omni sitting over there. I got another Captain Marvel Omni sitting over there that I haven't read. Got that Wonder Woman in the 60s Omni. Yeah, I got some options. I don't know where I'm going to read next. What else? So yeah, we were talking Let's Collect. So beyond the Let's Collect, what do you guys, I mean, you guys like the history stuff. That's always like, I have trouble coming up with those. Those are usually like, the only 2 I've done were prompted by things I discovered as I was doing a Let's Collect. So it does, I should probably go back to doing like the Collecting Smart stuff, but that was another show that had guests and I had a co-host, and I just I did those. I love doing those early. Those were some of my most watched videos early on my channel, those first couple of years. And then I just have never went back to them. I don't even know the best way to go back to them at this point. So maybe, I don't know. Spencer Captain America. Okay. Right now. Very cool. I've never really read, so much like Daredevil, I've really never read any Captain America title. I've read a lot of Cap in the Avengers stuff I've read over the years, but I've never read Captain America proper. There's a lot of holes in my reading. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I mostly, for most of my life, read Bat books, Spider books, occasionally Justice League, Titans kind of stuff, occasionally some Avengers, and I did have, like, there was a couple of, I read some, like, there's some other stuff I've read. I read some X-Men and stuff, but beyond that, yeah, not. Which I can believe. I mean, that's the Brubaker run. I've heard really good things about. That might be an Omni. I'll have to look and see if it's in print. I was going to go into his Daredevil run when John and I finished the Bendis portion of Daredevil, but because that was what came next. But his first Omni Volume 1 is out of print, so somebody's going to have to help me find it. His cap is excellent. Okay. I should try. So I started that run. I bought the first couple of issues, and the art, I don't remember who the artist was so bad that the writing wasn't bad, but the art was so bad that I ended up not staying with it. It was back when I was trying to cut back on books. And it was when I was the first time I tried to go from where I was buying like 20 plus books down to like 15 max a month. And I've tried to get down. My goal had been to get to 10 a month, and I haven't gotten there yet. I'm now still between 10 and 15 most months. I ended up dropping that book after like 5 or 6 issues. Yes, I've never read any Strange Academy. I saw that comes out in June, I believe. Well, I thought it was June, but maybe it's May. That is on my list of Omnis that I will get because I've not read Strange Academy yet, and I want to. That is for sure. So yeah, I just got that one. That just came a week or so ago, Daymare. So maybe we'll have to read and maybe add you to my Savage She-Hulk. I forgot about that one being over there. I really want. See, that's another character that I haven't, I just never ventured beyond those, X-Men, Spider-Man were my Marvel stuff, Batman and Bat Family, and a little bit of Justice League was my DC stuff, and occasionally, I read some Deadpool, I've read some, late 90s Deadpool stuff, and that, but I never really read a lot of the other comics. I read some indie, 90s indies and stuff, but not, my reading is lax. See, that's why I didn't go into the Ultimate and Absolute stuff. I did try the Absolute, and I've stuck with Absolute Wonder Woman. That's why I didn't do the Ultimate. Well, actually, the reason I didn't do Ultimate Spider-Man was I was so pissed at Marvel, and I haven't been buying hardly any Marvel books lately. And because the Spider-Man book got so bad that I finally had to drop it under Zeb Wells. And I've heard that people thought the first issue of even though everybody was saying Joe Kelly wrote that whole 8 deaths or 9 deaths of Spider-Man or whatever, and everybody said that was terrible. But then they said the first issue under him of the new run here was good, but it's going to take more than one issue to get me back. It just is. Especially when it's, Oh, yeah, Strange Academy is definitely a favorite of John's. Hey, Kenneth, what's going on, sir? Secret Warriors are great. I could see myself enjoying that. Obviously, I love Hickman's. The only real Hickman I've really read is East of West, which I love, but I didn't like the Ultimates. I didn't. Oh, back in the day, you mean the original Ultimate Universe? I haven't read any of the new Ultimate Universe stuff. None. I haven't touched any of it. I didn't like what was going on with Spider-Man in general, so I just dropped everything Spider-Man. From the Zeb Wells stuff. Ultimates was my least favorite of the original Ultimate Spider-Man stuff. I read Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, and I started Ultimates and dropped it pretty quick back in the day because it was weird. It was weird. Mighty Thor Omnibus, which is Journey into Mystery, 83 through 120. Oh, that would be fun. I've gone down this omnibus rabbit hole. I could spend so much money on omnibus every month, but the faster that I read them, I need to pace myself. But then they go out of print, and I'm like, ah. So that was a run that I that was something I did not need to discover that I needed, and I have discovered that I need them, and now I've went off the deep end. I went from having no Omnis about 2 years ago, or maybe like a couple. Yeah, a couple of those I've had that long, but to like more than half of like, yeah, a bunch. Not as bad as anybody else, but Joker Bronze Age on me. Okay, there you go. All right, gang, we are 45 minutes in. So, and Press Volume, yes, we need to find Press Volume 3. We need to find 3 copies of it somewhere. I don't know where we're going to find that. We are 45 minutes in. So it is time for our giveaway for our members. So if you want to be a member and be in the giveaway, you got about 2 minutes here to do it. But we're going to throw those back up real quick. Members from this last month, from April, are all eligible here. Last Saturday of the month, we're going to do these. Some of these, like I said, several of those were gifted memberships. John was very generous with gifted memberships this last month. But you had to be here to be it, so you were supporting the channel even in order to get a gifted membership. So let's add this to the screen. Make myself a little bigger than that. All right, so we got should be everybody on there. Reminder: Bear Island was the Robin tier member that got bumped up into the final giveaway. Daymares and He Remains as Nightwing tier members get 2 entries into the giveaway. A reminder real quick, that was Mr. John's Comics with Kids, Ryan. So yeah, he got you hooked up. Dan's Comic Store. Hey everyone, you're in time for the giveaway, although I don't think you're on here, but that's okay. Lasso is not a member yet. He did not manage to snag one of John's gifted memberships, so he's not a member yet, but that's okay. There'll be other months and other giveaways. So reminder, the giveaway this month is hardcover copy of Catwoman Lonely City, which is a story I love and enjoy a lot. And then the first 2 issues of the Jim Ballant Catwoman from the 90s. That is what I'm giving away this month. Catwoman was kind of the theme for most of the month because I did her Let's Collect the first week of the month, and then I did that history video, and then I did the covers video. So he still dominates them. All right. So how many times, somebody put in a number, how many times should I shuffle before we do this, before we give it away? So somebody give me a thing. I hope people like it. I hope it. Yes, you did. You did do that. Yeah, that is correct. So 20, 42. How about we'll go with the Nerdy Geeks 3 as opposed to 42, 50, 36. You guys are nuts. I think we're going to shuffle 3 times. We'll go with Nerdy Geek. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's see. Shuffle, 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 and spin. So and it is my man Unruly Simeon is the winner this month. So that is awesome. I don't think he's here tonight, but I know how to find Lane. So yeah, Unruly is our winner for April. Thanks to everyone who's a member of the channel, who's been supporting the channel. That is awesome. Congrats to Unruly. So that is super cool. So hopefully he doesn't have those. If he does, we may gift his gift. We will see, but he's not here tonight. So I will reach out to him. Next month, the fix is like the fix is in. Well, he wasn't here to fix it, so yeah. So I will reach out to Lane and get him those sent his way. Next month, I haven't decided what I'm going to give away in May. What I can tell you though is, thanks to John and the gifted memberships and stuff, that we are going to reach the enough to cover StreamYard again this month. That is my criteria. As long as I'm getting enough memberships to cover my StreamYard cost, I will do some sort of giveaway. as I go beyond that, as I get more members and I go further beyond that, I will try to increase the size of the giveaways. So has this channel ever talked about? Not really. I really don't know a lot about Vixen. I read, like, obviously she appeared in like the Justice League cartoon back in the day. I've read a little bit of Vixen. I actually read, they had a webcomic that I read of hers for a while that was going on that was pretty good. That's not a character I know a ton about. That would be a character I'd be interested in. Shenanigans. Congrats. So I will get this stuff packed up and sent. But yeah, so I don't know what. So if you have suggestions for what the kinds of stuff you'd like to see, right now I'm thinking some sort of trade and a couple of books. If we get a few more members, that one of those books might end up being a slab, but at least a couple of books, maybe related to some kind of, and trying to do some kind of theme that's with the channel, like characters that I enjoy, stories that I enjoy. And each month, we will see where that goes for next month. But yeah. Oh, that Vixen. We're talking about that Vixen. You mean Brittany? I mean, I guess he could have meant more than I went to the comic book version, but he could have meant something else, Gore. You may be closer than me, so you may be on it more than I am. But yeah, that is awesome. I'm glad to do that, and hopefully can do some more giveaways every month. No, Mari, yeah, Mari is the one I was talking about. So okay. I lost my train of thought now. Review your new omnibus and make them pay for themselves. I mean, I have been. We've been doing most of my reviews. He's not in here at the moment, Ryan. So Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about this omnibus over on John's Comics with Kids. My buddy John, he does a lot of omnibus stuff. So he and I have been reading and talking through, we talked through the Daredevil, Bendis Omni one. We did with Lasso. We did Wonder Woman George Perez Omni one. He and I did the Miss Marvel, the original 70s Miss Marvel Carol Danvers run omnibus. We did the Catwoman of East End omnibus last fall. All of those have been over on John's channel. He keeps saying we could mix it up and put it on mine. I'm like, well, you're kind of the omnibus guy, so we've done it over there. Now, a lot of the indie show stuff, I do that, like where I talk about the independent comics. We talked 100 Bullets this last week before we did Fear Agent. Next week, not this coming week, but the week after, we'll be back for more Fear Agent and stuff. But yeah, we've been doing the omnibus stuff over on John's. I haven't done as good a job. I have the Savage. It came in last week, Lasso. I don't know. I don't think you were in here. It was one that came. Where's that? Where's it? Oh, there it is. So it was one of the ones it's one of the ones that came. So at some point, I'm going to try to read that and discuss that with somebody. If I talk about one with someone other than John, I did do a review of the Gotham City Sirens omnibus a couple months ago. Month or so ago by myself. I just did it a read and react, and I talked about it. Didn't get that. I don't know how many views that video really got. But I did do that on my own. I don't think it got as many as even the others do, but nice. Go support, because he's this morning he was 8 subs from 3,000. And he's doing a 3,000 sub giveaway, a big giveaway show. Once he reaches 3,000 subs, he's got a whole bunch of prizes he's going to be giving away. So if one of my wrenches would drop Lasso, would drop John's link in the chat, I'd appreciate it. So Ryan can find him. Just a different cover. Nice. Okay. You'd be down for Savage? Okay. Yeah. Then maybe we'll have to figure out what we're going to do next. So if we want to do that, or we want to try to do the other Perez Volume 2 before we do that. And so, because I was thinking maybe going back to, but I hadn't talked to John yet, if we were going to go back to Daredevil Bendis or go to Perez Volume 2. Thank you, Lasso. You're a gentleman and a scholar for dropping that link in the chat. So, but all right, gang, we are coming up on the hour. So you guys got like 5 minutes more before I'm going to bail and probably go read a little bit. Oh, okay. That's not. Sorry, I had a little alert, like my little weather thing popped up, like it was, but it's just rain. Like normally it doesn't just pop up for rain. Normally it's like severe weather. And I was like, I didn't think we were supposed to be getting any. Still shy. Well, I know he's just getting super close. He's getting super close. So, but yeah, he's got a giveaway planned, and he's getting super close. So, he should be like, just a couple away at this point. Do they play the song Pink Pony? I have no idea what song that is, so no. But you are also talking to a person that literally, until the last week, and even this last week I have been, has been in a walking boot and in a walking shoe and in a cast for the last 3+ months. So I haven't went anywhere. So if they weren't playing it in my house, I didn't hear it. Like I still haven't went into Walmart since I had foot surgery because I've just been doing which is my grocery store, unfortunately. It's the grocery store we have here because I'm just doing pickup orders because I don't want to walk all through the store. I'm not supposed to be taking that many steps. So there you go. Nice. That's awesome, Nerdy Geek. That's cool. I'm still kind of pissed that I missed him at PlanetCon, that I didn't get to go, but didn't get to go. So meet Hughes at Planet. Oh, Ryan, I didn't know you were local. I guess I missed that. Did I not know that? Should I know that? I don't remember. But yeah, I did not get to go to Planet because of my foot surgery. So I'm sorry I missed you, man. Maybe next year. Fingers crossed. I've missed like the last 2 years because life. But next year I'm hoping that I can make Planet work. The cast of What Cats? Again, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know what the song is. I have no idea. The same thing I said was going to happen with it from the beginning. It wasn't going to happen. So I was right about that. From OKC, we had cousins. Okay. So, well, if you come up next year, let me know. Hopefully I can make the timing. The last couple of years, I have not been able to make the timing work for Planet because of life. But I'm hopeful next year that will not be a problem. We'll see. It is something Dazzler. Oh, Ryan, you're entertaining as always, my friend. You were entertaining as always. So keep this channel lively. I didn't know so. I'm thinking got a little crooked, little off center, but so yeah. Reminder. Nice. That would be cool. Reminder. Tomorrow night, White Whale Comics. We're playing D&D. Not many people. Gordon likes that. Not many other people do, but we appreciate that Gordon hangs out with us. Monday night, Marcus and I will be back for Cash or Trash. Wednesday, I will be over on John's Comics with Kids talking Batwoman. Thursday will be my other pre-recorded video. This week, I'm going to try something new. We're going to try to do a 4-year look back at the month of April. I picked out 15 books that I'm going to look back from those 5 weeks. So there's 70 books. I picked 15. I'm not going to look at all of them and see what 4 years difference. Now, a reminder, 4 years ago was right in the middle of the comic boom. So it'll be interesting to kind of look back on that. Or at least I think it might be. I don't know. I haven't pulled together all the information yet. The goal is to have it done by Monday or Tuesday. And get that pulled together. And then not sure what will be my videos beyond that in terms of my weekly stuff. But I'm going to try to do, I'm probably going to shoot for tentatively some sort of the 4-year look back, the last week of the month, the Let's Collect somewhere during the month, maybe a comic history. You guys seem to like those. See if there's something that inspires me. Maybe a collecting smart type thing, do a little short thing. I don't know. Maybe like do some more like top lists, fun stuff like that. I'm going to try to do a second pre-recorded thing every week and just see how that goes. I don't know. It's just like something new to do. So we will go from there. This is true. You are correct. Lasso, you usually make an appearance, at least for part of it. If not the whole time, or you just don't comment through the whole time. He might be there longer. I don't know. And I appreciate that. You are correct. It's not just Gordon. Gordon is our most dedicated watcher. But Lasso usually makes it. Big O makes it quite a bit. There's a few others that make it quite a bit. So, yeah, that is awesome. Nice Owlman statue. I don't know. Who has an Owlman statue? You talking about that? That is my Nightwing thing that Daymers had printed for me. He 3D printed that. So, yeah, that's right. Big Daddy Ross, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Daymers. He is also a dedicated person that comes and hangs out with us quite a bit. So, Christina usually shows up for a little bit too sometimes. But, yeah. All right. We are past the hour. One last shout out to my members. Unruly was our big winner this week, but thank you all for helping me keep the channel going, help me cover StreamYard's crazy expensive costs right now. But I aim to ask. We're going to do real quick. One thing I forgot. So this last week, I don't know if you guys have noticed. What the heck did the cat just knock something over upstairs? I don't know if you guys have noticed. You have noticed, because people have commented on it, that I have changed the way I've done my pre-recorded videos. I've been doing them in StreamYard rather than recording with my phone and then editing on like things so that I pull them up. The result is I end up talking a little longer. They end up being a little longer. But if you guys enjoyed the new format, like it leaves me on the screen more, like where I pull up the slides and stuff. It's a little easier for me, but I'm curious what everybody thinks of that format. So any thoughts on that before I get out of here real quick? If you're paying, there you go. Anyone going to see Thunderbolts Thursday? I don't know that I'll go Thursday, but I'm going to go next weekend. I don't have anything. I'm going to try to go for sure next weekend. Probably a matinee. I probably won't get there Thursday, but I will definitely. I'm actually like, A, I haven't been able to go to the movies or movie theater for a while, and B, I'm gonna try to go. So at some point, I got front seat for you. There you go. We're all going in. There you go. Do what you want. Both look fine. Thanks, Adam. Very helpful. We're here for the eye candy. Make of what you will. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it more than you know. So, yes, thank you all. And, yeah, with that, where's my outro? And then we're going to get out of here. So, we will see you guys.